Okay, what year is it? I've been told this is a stream thinger. Hey guys, it's D-Bomb. Sorry about the unusually long absence between streams. I've had a lot going on. Had some health issues, is all I'll say.
I need you to say you accept the arrangement.
No problem. You're not mad.
Bub has left for vacation, so it's just me and Mom. And right now at the house, it's just me. So, you know, there's that. I hope you all have been doing alright. We are continuing Phantasy Star 4 where we left off. There's a wire in front of the camera, so there is. Now there isn't. There is a D-bomb in front of the camera, though. But I'm told that's normal on these stream thingers. Done by D-bombs. So this is an optional dungeon right here. This is the wreckage. Yeah. I'll hop in voice chat with you, Mitch. Hola! I am in voice chat. So, this is a very interesting optional dungeon because, as you find out, it's one of the crashed spaceships from Phantasy Star 3. Which makes the one Phantasy Star 3 reference that 4 makes.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Twitch told me I should knock to know if you wanted to collaborate.
Amazing.
So I did that.
Amazing. Thank you, Twitch. I would never have known this. You're a lifesaver, Twitch, buddy. So, as I was just saying, this is the one Phantasy Star 3 reference that 4 makes. This is the wreckage of one of those planetary spaceships that launched when Palma got destroyed in the middle of Phantasy Star 2. So I
just deleted Kiki Kai Kai because it pisses me off.
That's fair.
And reset my achievements because fuck it.
It seems like a very tough game.
I also tracked down the NES Ninja Gaiden games as you told me to avoid the Super Nintendo versions.
Yeah. They are much better.
And also the first 2 Fire Emblems.
Ooh, interesting.
Which I didn't have before.
I think the only one I still have currently, I may have 8, but I have 7. Because it's the only one I've ever actually played.
I have Shadow Dragon on the DS. I had that ROM for a while, but Jared tells me it's dog shit.
I wouldn't know.
Like, apparently, like, they re-released Shadow Dragon and Blade of Light, the very first game. They finally gave that an official localization and a whole, like, box set, special edition stuff on the Switch.
Yeah.
Apparently they did that because Shadow Dragon on the DS, which is a remake of that, is so bad. It's just not worth porting or remaking the remake, so they just straight up gave us the original.
Oh wow.
How do you fuck up a remake that bad?
Honestly, I don't imagine it being too hard. I know of a handful of remakes that are better than the original. One of
Well,
which
most. I think you meant to say that backwards.
No, I know a literal handful of remakes that are better than the original. A very small one at that. Metroid Zero Mission, AM2R.
Maybe better to an extent that it makes the original obsolete, but I would say most remakes that I've played are preferable over their original.
It's kind of half and half for me.
So yeah, now if I were to just go down my list of games on RetroArch to master on stream, we would start as of right now, since I deleted KKKK and Splatterhouse. Somehow I feel like I'm gonna hate that game too,
Splatterhouse?
or it's gonna make me angry.
I don't know about the difficulty, but I've heard it's actually pretty fun. Kiki Kai Kai's kind of bogged down by some arcade-ass arcade gameplay. I don't know about Splatterhouse though. Again, never actually played it. Also, I think this is the end of this dungeon right here.
But if I just started that from the top of my list down, we would start with the top of my system list and the top of each game list. We would start with Rondo of Blood on PC Engine CD. And I don't know about that. If I'm gonna start with the Castlevania game, I may as well start with the Castlevania 1.
So Rondo of Blood is a very hard game, but very fun. I know what it is. Move over, Chaz. Don't you mean move over Alice since she was in the lead?
If I'm not mistaken, Rondo of Blood is easier than the game we got instead.
Yes. Oh, hey, Elisa 3. I'm pretty sure that actually is the Elisa 3 they're showing there. But it can't be the Elisa 3 because in the canon ending of Phantasy Star 3, spoiler warning, the Elisa 3 ends up on Earth, which sets this entire series into motion. So my guess is this is actually the Neo Palm. The artificial satellite Gyra. So that is where you are taken in Phantasy Star 2 whenever Palma issues a warrant for Rolf and Crew's arrest. So Rolf and them are on Gyra when it explodes. And in the Japanese version, they just straight up die and get cloned. But there were people...
I just realized, since there is a way around the turbo clapping on Dolphin with the bongos,
Yeah.
I guess I could actually play Donkey Konga well.
Yeah. But the computer was able to sustain itself. So everyone died. This is not the only ship that escaped from Parma. Yes, we've established that. Phantasy Star 3 did as well. I'm just gonna spoil it for you all. Only one other ship survived. And it's the ship that Phantasy Star 3 took place on. No, they didn't, Rika. All but 2 of them were blown up by Dark Force. That was told in 3.
Okay, so tell me why Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem on GameCube. One of its achievements is called Safe and Sound, and the description says crack open the retro achievement safe.
Huh. I don't know.
Excuse me, what?
It seems there are a few that made it out of the Algo solar system. Again, Rika, one of them did. Again, it's called the Elisa 3, and it's where Phantasy Star 3 took place on. No, it wasn't tens of ships. No, they are blown up. Okay, I love Phantasy Star 4. It is the best game of this series. But if that's meant to be a retcon, it's a really shitty one.
Naruto Gekido Ninja Taisen 3.
What now?
I'm looking at GameCube games that have achievements.
Oh. So, I might have mentioned
There's Naruto Clash of Ninja 1 and 2 that we got in the States. But there was a 3 and 4 that never came out here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard about that. So I mentioned before that Phantasy Star 2's achievements were like really annoying to get because they involved leveling your character almost to max level in some cases. Well, this one involves level caps. In other words, I can't beat certain bosses past a certain level threshold for my party. Like, the party levels cannot add up beyond, I think it's 155 on the final boss. Which means each of them have to be in their low 30s at least. Or sorry, they can't really be higher than level 30. Which I guess that's doable, but it's annoying. So if you're wondering what the whole point of that dungeon was, there wasn't one. We just found out the history of the Neopalm, and shit happened. We got a couple of extra items that we didn't have to pay for, which is always aces in my book. But now it's time to access our first side quest, like our first actual quest.
Natsuyo Dragon. Where else on Retro Demons have I seen that name?
What is it called?
Natsuyo Dragon.
Oh, well.
Oh, they mastered Earthbound. That's it. They had some comments under some of those achievements.
Ah. Let's see.
They mastered quite a few of the games I have. Well, 3 of the games I have. Dreamland 3, Earthbound, and Dog 2.
Heck yeah.
So I have Mario 1 mastered. I think I'm gonna master Mario 2 USA offline because it requires playing the game like 15 different ways, beginning to end.
Okay.
I just don't think it would be fun to watch.
Alright, let's equip everything.
Sorry, I haven't played but maybe 10 minutes of Phantasy Star 4. So I have nothing to say as far as the game goes.
You're fine. I guess we don't really... I'm gonna keep that wood cane for the moment because it serves as a alternate healing method. Now, eventually I will be selling it because it loses its usefulness pretty quickly after this point. Anyway, let's go to the Hunters Guild, where we can make dreams come true. The game's words, not mine. Where we enrich the lives of hunters. No, I'm sorry, it's we enrich the lives of hunters. Alright, so the ranch owner, the guy who was like, yeah, I'm gonna raise sandworms, is suddenly like, oh god, they're too big, kill them for me, please. In other words, he's reached the find out portion of fuck around and find out. And now we gotta go bail his balls out of the fire. A reminder that this is actually a weak sandworm. It's gonna do a lot of damage, but it is nothing compared to the ones you find in the wild. Those things are like miniature bosses themselves. Actually, they're harder than most bosses because they have a move that can do like 200 damage to everyone. Well, not quite that much, but they do a lot. Anyway...
Pajama John is in the middle of playing Zelda 1. Is he making a video on it? I don't think you know to the extent to which my autism is tickled every time a new game gets added to my side awards.
Oh, I understand.
Seeing that list grow, it does things to my autism.
So, this one's only doing 11 damage as it turns out. Very weak. The ones in the wild do about 80 to 100 when they attack you. They're extremely dangerous. And for scientific purposes, and to maybe get some of that sweet, sweet experience that they give when you kill them, I'm going to try to show you a hole by fighting one. You know, when I get to that point. Spoiler warning, expect me to lose and lose hard. So everyone gained a level. And I was finally able to feed those sandworms successfully. The ranch. My dream. Let me know your next dream so I can laugh at it in your face. Okay, so we can't get another job at the Hunters Guild until after Rune rejoins us. So let's head back to Aido. We're gonna get our compensation. A whole $5,000 in Meseta. And then we're gonna go through the cave that we've been grinding in at the end of last stream. Because at the other side, we're gonna finally reach Zio's fortress.
So you can read video games, I believe, just uploaded Metroid Fusion. Not too long ago.
That was a few weeks back.
Yeah. Princess Tomato and the Salad Kid.
Is his newest video, yeah.
What is that? Like,
It's a point-and-click adventure. It's got far less deaths in it than most of those, but there are still moments where you can lose and, you know, be permadead. And have to use a password to get back to where you were.
okay, I don't know. I think I like this box art for it. It's got like the claymation vegetable people.
Yeah. Good lord, spirits, don't hit Han, he bleeds easily, alright?
I don't know. Apparently, similar games under Princess Tomato is Deja Vu, A Nightmare Comes True.
Yeah, that's also a point and click, so.
I would like to stream getting Dragon Quest Chivos, but if I do that, I want it to be the Super Nintendo versions.
Yeah, less grinding.
So I think offline, me and you or you can help me master those games.
Okay.
NBC offline.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, Rika learned her last skill, Disrupt. And yes, Rika learns all of her skills this early on. She has 4. She has Disrupt, which is an all-enemy attack and pretty good. She has Eliminate, which is an instant death attack, which is really good on enemies that are weak to instant death. And surprisingly, there are a lot. Double Slash is her main form of attack, and you will be using that for most of the game. And then, finally, she's got Illusion, which just builds her evasion. Hey, I gotta lug Han's squishy carcass out of here right now. He kind of got blasted in the face with acid and died from it. Again, because Han is very squishy. Achievement unlocked. Reach the town of Kaderi, which is progression, mind you, because we're supposed to come here. Okay. Well, not technically. You're never required to set foot in the town, but it's helpful. It's helpful for a couple of reasons. For one, there's a treasury on the outskirts of town that gives you a better weapon for Alice. And I think we only have one more weapon for her. Which is in Zio's fort itself. We also may run into a very interesting weapon if they drop it. Anyway, y'all ready for Zio's Fort? Pardon me, I must turn up the music slightly, Mitch, as this soundtrack is, and I quote, bitchin'.
Is that a quote from Confucius?
Yes.
Phantasy Star 4 has a bitchin' soundtrack?
Yes, you can look it up. Wise men say forgiveness is divine, but don't ever deny that Phantasy Star 4 has a bitchin' soundtrack. They use this for one other dungeon in the game later on, the Garderberg Tower. Caseta, always nice. You can fall down these holes, by the way. They actually lead to alternate exits to the dungeon with their own treasures. Like I just procured a Moondew, which is like casting the Rever spell. It's our revival item. So this is the enemy I was alluding to, the Shadow Saber. There is a chance it'll drop a sword, and it did. The Shadow Blade is very interesting, because technically, it's the strongest weapon in the game. But because Sega didn't know how to program it to drain stats, because that's what it's supposed to do, what they did instead was make the stats for this weapon so high that they, like, overflow into negative numbers. Unless you are very low leveled. So if you have like a level 1 Chaz with a Shadow Blade, he's probably going to do a fuck ton of damage. Otherwise, probably shouldn't have him equipping that. So yeah, you can walk through this tube to get to another treasure chest. Or I guess Sky Bridge. Better weapon for Chaz. Now he is a Jedi, like his father before him. Oh hey! He's actually low enough level for the Shadow Blade to give him a slightly better attack power. That's funny. But, based on everything I've heard, what happened is Sega didn't actually know how to program a weapon that decreases attack power. So what we got was this weird thing with the Shadow Blade where it technically boosts it, but unless you are low enough level for the boost to mean anything, it won't actually like boost your attack. Plus it does actually like sap your defense, your agility, and your mental power. I can feel my senses dully as I hold this blade. But now, Chaz is a Jedi, like his father before him. Maybe. We don't actually know what Chaz's father was, because Chaz is an orphan. Oh boy, there's something I'll never use. Could I toss it in the junk pile? So, you might have noticed there's a staircase right up here that I haven't gone down, but when you go up, there's a barrier. Yeah, their boy won't do much for against Alice. Also, Han just learned Kiwat. That would be decent if we were running into a sandworm. By the way, I don't want to give away everything in advance, but I feel like I should warn anyone who's playing this, de-equip Alice and Han right before you rescue Demi. Because they leave the party after this. At the very least, de-equip Alice. I am Juza. You will never get near Zio unless you defeat me. Alright, Juza, let's throw down.
Okay. So you and I both know that Koichi Sugiyama was a piece of shit. That can rest in piss.
Yeah.
Now, remind me, what is the specific reason you give for that?
He is extremely homophobic and misogynistic.
Which I'm not denying those are shitty, but also what more can you expect of a 90-year-old man from the one country in the G7 that is still not legalized same-sex marriage?
On one hand,
as in 2025?
On one hand, yes. On the other, like, it is never too old to learn to not be those things.
I suppose so. But also, it's just like, I don't know. There are some things that my grandparents say that I will never expect them to change on just because old.
Right.
In fact, that's typically what I say anytime me and my grandma have disagreements about literally anything. I'll just go, old, and then I'll leave the room.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. Alright, I de-equipped Alice and Han because they're about to leave after this cutscene.
The thing I think makes Koichi Sugiyama an irredeemable piece of garbage is being a denier of the Nanjing massacre.
Yes, that too.
Because he sits here and says this shit didn't happen. Meanwhile, he was 6 years old when it happened.
Right.
Granted, that doesn't make him responsible for anything, obviously. But you know, most people who sit here and deny atrocities were born long after the fact.
Yup.
Which gives them an appeal to ignorance. Motherfucker, you were alive when it happened.
Yeah, you cannot deny something you were around to see. Who's that? That voice. It's Zio. So we get to fight Zio. It goes about as tits up as you probably think it does.
I need to go grab my mail and probably take out garbage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mute. I'll be back.
Alrighty. Take a look at your own evil self before you dare put us down. So yes, he just mentioned Dark Force. You cannot hurt him more than like one. And he will always aim at Chaz here because Alice gets in the way of the shot. This absolutely hurt when I was a kid. And it's not much better now, seeing Alice in pain like this. And there, Grizz just dropped the one swear word in this game. He always cut himself short now, but now that Alice is laying there in bed dying, he allowed himself a "damn you, Zio." He's a disgusting, conceited jerk. I hate to admit it, but we have no choice but to ask for his help. Hey, Daddy-O, how's it going? And yes, that is exactly how I feel. This was a horrible, horrible mistake that we did to come fight Zio. Didn't Rune warn us? Didn't he actually break the fourth wall and say, at this stage of the game, we're no match for him? Now, if we gain a few more levels, we might stand a chance. How are you doing today, Daddy-O? There's still a Land Rover in existence. Well, yeah, they sold them like hotcakes 2,000 years ago, Rika. You could actually just buy them out off the shelf in Casbah. So, to take the place of Alice and Han, we got Demi. And Demi is alright. She gets way better later on, but especially when you find her one hidden technique. Having some teeth pain. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie, that effect blew 11-year-old me away back in 1994. Impossible, not Zelen. Not Zelen! Wait, what's Zelen? Okay, that is a legit question because Zelen wasn't around in the first 3 games. Also, apparently, Demi has a massive crush on the Land Rover. I'm just gonna leave her alone with it for a few moments, a few beautiful moments. I'm not going to judge, but I am going to walk away. Vehicle combat is a little different than regular combat in Phantasy Star 4. Put it cap. Hey, Rika, that's an actual thing you should be afraid of. Oh boy, here we go, y'all! Can we get some PK Rose finds in chat? Or actually, never mind. I think I'm the only one who can do that right now. But please feel free to... Please feel free to close whatever "this is fine" emote you would like. Because, oh, holy crap. Yep, so that's about right. much stronger than the infant sandworm we took on a little bit ago. And that's a game over right there. That's why I say, because you can run into them randomly out here outside of Monson and the accompanying Termy. Our only real chance of beating one is to recruit Rune again and try to fight them with him. And even then, that is a big ask. This is the Buy a Mare gift store. Based on Buy a Malay from the first game. Oh, you suck, shop owner. Why you have to remind me of that awful place? The Alice sword might be a little better than... Okay, it is not better than what we have. The Alice sword is... I guess, allegedly a sword modeled after one of the swords that Alice wielded herself in Phantasy Star 1. So what? Did they just mass-produce weapons-grade Laconia? Also, hang on, awesome music alert. Okay, I think we've sufficiently listened to it. Let's go pick Rune up now. So, a weapon that they mass-produced and sold on Desolus 2,000 years ago can break through Zio's barrier. I guess they just burned the rest of them in a fire for heat. Which I guess I can't judge. So, repair kits are special. You can use them to bring any android companions you have back to life. Kidding! Amazingly, it does not work on Rika, despite the fact that she was, you know, cybernetically grown. It's grind time, y'all. I like to usually avoid this if I can on stream, but we've got two very tough bosses coming up. And one of them is named Zio. There we go. Demi's one hidden technique, Bananamizer. Which we'll worry about using Phantasy later on. Debbie gained a level. Now Grizz is a Jedi, like his father before him. Oh, except we don't know about his father because his father was, you know, horribly burned to death by Zio during the events of this game. By the way, you can't use techniques on androids. Oh. Okay, so those infant worms there, if you kill all but one and let it live for the next turn, when its turn comes around, it'll dive into the sand and become a sandworm. Handy if you're trying to fight sandworms. Extremely scary if you're trying to avoid them. Learn shift. Okay, that's a good start. That could definitely help us. Alright, let's continue the grind. Apologies, I usually like to keep this separate from the stream, because I know watching grinds are not particularly exciting. But we kind of need to do this for Rune to learn some spells. Like Rever. That's a good start. We're gonna run for the moments. You may have noticed I set up a new macro. There's a reason for this. Yeah! Got him! Now look at how much experience that gave us in one fight. Yes, we lost Chaz, but his sacrifice was worth it. 1 second, y'all. I'm checking out something. Okay, honestly, Castlevania's strategies are making me kind of want to do the low-level challenge. Okay, I'm actually kind of getting excited for the low-level game, believe it or not. Cassyvania, who I follow on Twitch, has some amazing strategies for these. Well, that didn't work out. Kinda sucks. Well, so strategies. Pray it doesn't use Earthquake.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. You've reached the point of the playthrough where we're power leveling now. Or trying to. 'Cause now we're fighting the fully adult sandworms. Oop. Well, I didn't mean to retreat. God damn it. So yeah, we're fighting adult sandworms now, and they do like 150 damage when they hit. 150 damage against this party, where only one person has more than that. And as I mentioned before, little trade secret. If you kill off all but one infant worm in a battle around Monson, the last one will dive into the ground and become a sandworm. And there we go. I can't remember what his next. I think it's Diem. That's his next skill, which is kind of useless for sandworm fighting. Every level's worth it. Also, I always make it a priority to save after a sandworm fight. These fuckers are vicious. boy, we have best viewers.
Oh boy. I don't have your chat open.
It's okay, I've got it.
No. Wait, it's already gone.
Yeah, I already banned him.
I was excited.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your fun. And game over.
I don't know. Do you think I should make achievement videos out of Metroid 1 2?
You could.
I don't know. For some reason, doing like the original Metroid, it only has a hand of achievements.
What is it?
The original Metroid only has a handful of achievements, so it kind of doesn't feel worth it.
Yeah. I almost got the ball. Alright, here we go. No! I didn't
Ballin'.
I didn't go to fucking run! What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking... Pardon my language. I am so sorry.
I mean...
Well, I don't know if certain young people are listening.
What happened? I wasn't looking.
Daddy-O was in chat, so...
Hello, Daddy-O.
At least I believe they are. Yeah, they are. They were having some tooth pain, so... Why are... Oh, I hate this controller! This thing has been nothing but a pain for me. Well, everyone's dead. Cool. That's great. Gigra. Alright, awesome music score. By the way, this is the other music that was from Phantasy Star 1.
I know it has 2 different remixes from PH1. Oh, PS1.
Yep, this is the other
What am I thinking of? PH.
PH1? No idea.
I may have just pulled that out of my ass.
It's possible. I've done that. And it hasn't been pretty. Nor sanitary.
No. My baseless claims tend to be covered in dingleberries.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I really hate the American term for that. I much prefer the British term, tag nut.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's funny that they made... It's funny that someone on the Square Enix translation team for 5 that they brought over from PlayStation 1 saw fit to name Tonberry Dingleberry.
It's probably that was probably a genocide city zone situation again.
Probably.
Well, they just thought it sounded funny or cool or aesthetically appropriate with no idea what it meant. Anyway, I'm playing Nestroid now. Still have that hack of Metroid one called Rogue Dawn that I want to play.
Yeah. Okay, fair warning. This next scene broke me as a kid. So, remember how I joked and said Alice was dying in bed? Yeah, I wasn't actually joking. This is a masterpiece of a scene. You can see the pain on Rune's face, knowing he can't do anything to stop what's about to happen. Just like that, our mentor figure is dead.
So there's 4 different achievements in Metroid 1 that are all missable, and you see them as active challenges from the moment you start the game. For each of the endings.
Yeah, it's beat it in so many moments. Or beat it in so many minutes.
I have to beat the game in under an hour. For this, my question is, if I got the under an hour, which I'm definitely not going to do my first playthrough, fun fact, I've never finished Metroid 1. But like, if I did the under an hour achievement first try, would I also get the achievements for doing it slower at the same time, or do I have to deliberately do more playthroughs and waste time just to get the other ones? I have no idea.
I think you gotta do, if you can do them all in one run, you have to do it in that first limit. Otherwise, you have to do subsequent playthroughs. All the ones that you qualify for unlock when you beat it. I plan to convince the Academy to come up with a plan of action that they will never do throughout the entire game because they're lazy and useless a-holes. Keep your spirits up. Yeah, the closest thing I ever had to a mother just died, but
I died. I don't know. That's the thing. I could go back and play Zelda 1, no problem. Metroid 1 is just dog.
yeah, it really is. So, now that Alice is dead, what better thing to do than profane her now empty house with new useless crap that I bought in Termy? I am the best son, / partner. By partner, I mean actual, like...
Excuse me.
I mean partner as a hunter, not romantic partner, because that would be weird. What a waste of money. I mean, I'm tempted to agree with Rico on this. We kind of did waste our money on this crap. But now jobs 2 and 3 are available, of course, after Alice has passed away.
Okay, I still have a... You know, I still have a, completed save file of Kirby's Adventure for the first time I did it. Meaning I can access, even though I don't have any achievements on my new account I can access the bonus games right now.
Yeah.
And get the achievement for Crane Fever, which is pure RNG bullshit.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce you all to a little trick. You may have noticed a building out this way. There's actually a way to go around town and go to that building. And we need to for this specific quest. Because they sell the cake that I need to lure Rocky back. Sorry, I'm still a little choked up from Alice's death, y'all. I'm serious when I said this destroyed me. There's a later party member that uses slashers, and as soon as I saw slashers in the store, it was like, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna bring Alice back. She didn't actually die, and then, of course, find out it's someone I could care less about because she sucks. But we'll go into that train wreck later. Now let's go save Rocky. Let's go help a little doggy. Because that's what our foster mom would have done.
Why does the crane move so fast across the... I don't remember moving this fast.
How did Rocky cross the quicksand? I apologize, everyone. I am a little overly emotional today. My brother has gone on vacation for a week. It's gonna be weird not seeing him around for the next 7 days. And I didn't wake up in time to give him a hug goodbye, so I've kind of been broken up about that.
Where'd he go?
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He went with his girlfriend and her family. Oh, and to pour extra gasoline on that fire of me, like, hoping against all hope that Alice comes back. In the optional dungeon on the last new area of the game, she's at the top of the tower. But you have to fight and kill her.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Well, she's not really there. It turns out she's an illusion. But still, like, that was just another gut punch, and I really wanted to kick the thing's ass that made her appear there. Unfortunately, if you choose to fight it, it will just straight up freaking kill you. Because it has the most powerful magic in the game. And that's how you learn it. You have to decide not to fight it. Chaz will wisely ration that fighting him won't bring Alice back. And that fighting is just stupid. So, who's ready to fight Zio for real? Well, Rune's gonna be relegated to shield duty. By which I mean, he's not gonna get to physically attack. I'm gonna have him stuck with 2 shields. A technique I learned from a Let's Play of this. Because it's gonna make him a lot more defensive. But he can still fight, mind you. He can still throw magic, which is what he's good for in this game anyway. But now we get to go down into Nervous itself, the machine center that Zio's fort is built on top of. When we get to the bottom of Nervous, Zio's there to confront us, and this time we have to kill him. And it's one of the hardest fights in the game. Chaz is already out for blood. And I don't blame him. I kind of want to, like, stab Zio in the chest a few times. Say hello to Demi's best weapon, the wave shot. At least until she potentially rejoins you at endgame. Now, can someone help me locate Chaz's legs? I don't think you can feel them anymore. After those massive hits from the Centaurs. Has anyone seen a pair of armored legs? Not mean to use SAR. Oops. Okay, Granaris is awful. Terrible, horrible, it sucks. The end. It's the worst enemy down in this machine center of nervous, but luckily they're not too bad to escape from. I will probably be exiting once or twice as I gain levels throughout this area because I want to make sure that my skills and stuff are stocked up for Zio. Because again, Zio is a very tough fight. Yeah, I'm staying back. I think that might be where Zio is, but I could be mistaken. Pardon me, I'm leveling up some here. And I'm doing this because I know how bad Zio is. Guy hits like a freaking dump truck. Oh, and he could hit everyone in the party with corrosion, I believe. And Hewn, one of Rune's own abilities. Oh, we found a second laser claw. Right on. Specifically, I think it's level 25 we want to get rune to. Bjorn's Napoli, then. The ultimate fire spell. So he learned DM, his third skill. DM kind of sucks because we're not using, or we're not again. Let me try that again. We're not fighting anything that's weak to death down here. There. Now, was that so hard for me to learn? Now, Debbie won't learn anything else, but she will get more uses of her skills. Also forgot something. Hang on. Want to see something cool, y'all? Instant death. Demi has an instant death spell for machines. And it works quite frequently. Hey, Dynamite. Let's give it to a girl, put a hood on her head, and send her to go meet her father that's been killing people. Nothing wrong will happen there.
I got the RNG crane game achievement in Kirby's Adventure.
Nice.
So I don't have to do that on stream. To be real, whether I started it right now, whether that was the next game I knew or not, I would have done that offline anyway. I had to get 2 big Kirby's from the crane game on challenging difficulty. Seriously, there's nothing I can do to influence that. It's just RNG. And of course, fucking Scootaloo made most of the set.
Yeah.
It would be Scootaloo.
Sounds about right.
It has one missable achievement. Reach Cracker's highest cloud, using only regular jumps and the ball ability without losing the.
Oh god.
I remember that being fun.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned. Raid! Oh, hey, Gavin. Thank you for the raid. Oh, God. I love that image. The raptor peeking up from behind the curtain. Hey, what's up, guys? How'd your stream go, Gavin? We're about to confront the first major villain of this game, so that's how this stream is going. For those of you who might have been wondering. Kid Kindergarten 3 is every bit as fun as the first 2 games. That's awesome. I'm glad. Okay, no, I was wrong. This is not Zio just yet. There is like one more hallway before we reach Zio. Glad to hear the stream went well. For those of you who don't know me from Gavin's stream, I am D-Bomb Gaming, a variety streamer that plays mainly retro JRPGs. But I can be talked into doing more modern stuff. For example, I play Repo with both my friend Mitch and my cousin Daddy-O. From time to time. Confirm it's Zio time, y'all. He's up that elevator that we passed by just now. Here we go. Boss time. Again, this is probably one of the hardest fights in the entire game. Very fun game, but it is very unforgivably hard. mind, I've done grinding, so he should be far less difficult than he normally is when you fight him at this point in the game. How fitting that Grizz gets the final blow. He did. That's it. We killed Theo, y'all. But now Demi leaves the party, so... that sucks. Okay, so a common misconception people who don't know the backstory of the series have is that this is the same Ren from Phantasy Star 3. It is not. That one is actually called Shirin in Japanese. This one is called Foreign. So yeah, Zio's fort is no more. Grizz has left the party as well, so that sucks. However, we are about to get our 4th permanent party member. Actually, our last permanent one in the game. The rest of the game is a revolving cast of 5th members. So now we are finally doing some space travel. Who are great pals? Whatever. Not Kieran! What's Kieran? This is my preferred order from now on. It's because Ren is a friggin' tank. Oh no! This guy. If you had no trouble beating Zio, this guy will fold like wet tissue paper. In fact, even if you had trouble with Zio, whee! A crash landing! Cool! Calm down, Chaz. You should endeavor not to let your blood pressure become too high. And then they all died. Just like it was in the first two games. How strange, it's trading machines. These are ears, I tell you. So Raja is our third to last new party member of the game. Yes, that pun literally hurt Chaz. You have to come in here and talk to this guy. If you don't get that hint about the grave, even if you know to look there, nothing happens. First of all, Desolus' towns have beautiful music. So, there's significance behind Raja's line saying, lying alone, what a horrible fate. Apparently, there's a dungeon in both 1 and 2 called Goron Morgue. The Desolians like to bury their dead together. So they see being alone in death as something horrifying. Just a neat little bit of world building there. And Rune learns Nafoid. Also, Raja is the best healer in the game. Just so we're clear. He's the one character that gets better healing magic than Rika. So this opens up the spaceport on Desolus, which means now we can go between planets again. We're actually going to go back to Botavia because we've got 2 more quests to take on from the guild. We actually had them before taking off, but I wanted to go ahead and get Ren. Metal polishing techniques, if you catch my drift. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Which is funny because it wasn't food in Phantasy Star 1. It was some sort of like liquid that dissolved metal. Eat shit, old man. Actually, I think I'm going to call it right here after turning this in. It's time for some grinding before we go fight Dark Force. Potentially. So, let's find someone to raid. Alright, let's see who's online. Actually, I may just hop off here unless there's someone that has a suggestion for rating. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back Tuesday, hopefully, to do the next Terrible Tuesday. Until then, y'all have a good weekend. I'm glad you dropped in, Gavin. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, everyone.